Hi, I'm Deb, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Yoga Bites with Deb. Today we have a practice that'll just get you moving. We will open up into our hips, and open up into our hamstrings as well. So I hope you'll join me on hands and knees. Come onto your hands and knees, spreading your fingers nice and wide apart. We're going to exhale as we push the ground away. Inhale, lift the head, tailbone up. Exhale, scoop and round. So try and move with your breath. Drawing that belly in for a little core challenge. We're going to extend that right leg out, flex the foot, extend the left arm out. And if you've got a block, you might even grab onto that block. Plugging the arm into the shoulder socket. Exhale, pulse up. Inhale, lower. One more time. Lower down, bend the knee. Hold here, or again, extend that arm, or reach back and grab the foot and press the foot into the hands. Releasing down, other side, extend the left leg, flex the foot, grab for your block, plug the arm into the shoulder socket, belly is in, pulse up. Lower the block down, bend the knee, maybe reach back and grab your foot with your hand and push the foot into the hand. Release, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So you can pedal out your dog, bending one knee, straightening the other. And then we're just going to slowly walk ourselves to the top of our mat, forward fold, and then roll our spine up. Inhale the arms up, exhale the palms to the heart. Inhale to lengthen, exhale dive forwards, hands on the shins, exhale release. Roll the spine up, inhale, palms to the heart, exhale, inhaling up, exhale down, hands on your shins. Lower the hands, right leg only. Let's step it back. Low lunge, bend the knee. Uncurl the toes. You can use your blocks to press into and lengthen the spine. Bring your hands to the mat. Curl the back, toes under. Step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, wave forward into your plank. Drop the knees down, slowly lower with control to your mat. Roll the shoulders back, maybe a little baby cobra. Release down, press back, child's pose. Curl the toes under, bellies in, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, extend just the right foot forward. Low lunge, so make sure front knee doesn't go past the toes. Help the foot up if you need to. Press your hands into your blocks or your fingertips onto the mat. Lengthen up. Lower, curl the back toe under, knee up, step forward. Forward fold. Roll the spine all the way up. Inhale. Palms to the heart. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, dive forward. Hands on the shins to lengthen. Lower the hands this time. Right leg steps back, a nice high lunge. Use those blocks, root down, lengthen up. So the knee is off the mat this time. And then if you like, you're going to straighten that front leg. So inhale, come forward. Maybe you bring the blocks up nice and high. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, forward. Exhale, straighten. Maybe you want to pause. So a variation on our pyramid pose. So notice maybe the tendency your big toe man wants to lift off the mat. So really press it down. Find length through your spine. And you can stay with this nice flat back. Or if it feels good, bow your head towards your knee. Bending into the front knee, release the block, step back, downward facing dog. Bend those knees, wave forward into your plank. Drop to the knees, slowly lower with control. Roll the shoulders back into your cobra, any variation. Release down, back to your child's pose. Curl those toes under, downward facing dog. And then we're just going to step our right foot between your hands, help it along into that high lunge. Grab those blocks, root down, lengthen up, belly's in. So you can be on your fingertips here. You just don't want to round forward. And then movement with your breath. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, come forward. Next time you straighten, you can hold, nice flat back, root that big toe mound into the mat. Just gaze at your mat or bow your head down towards your knee. Lengthen your spine, bend into your front knee, belly is drawn in, step forward to your forward fold. Roll the spine, come all the way up. Inhale, palms to the heart, exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, bend your knees, dive forward. Hands around the shins, come halfway up. Release your hands, stepping your left foot back. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Lizard lunge. Move that foot over to the right side of the mat. Lower your knee, uncurl your toes. So my knees and toes are in the same direction. So my toes are pointing a little bit out to the side. And you could stay here or flex those toes away from the mat and roll onto the baby toe side of your feet. And we could hold here. You could grab your blocks and lower your forearms right down onto your blocks. Or you might not need the blocks. You could come all the way down. And you could play around here if it feels good. You could rock a little side to side. Or maybe you just want to stay still. So just move the way it feels good. And it might feel good to just be up on your hands and not come down so low. Okay, then I'm going to come up onto my hands and I'm going to transition to pigeon. So I'm just going to kind of heel toe my right foot over to the left side, flex those toes, and then lower onto the baby toe side of that foot, lower the shin and the knee down. Now, when I come down, make sure I don't lean on that right hip. You want to be right up to the center. So that might mean your heel might have to come in a little bit to do that, and that's fine. If when you do that, you've got a lot of space on this right side, grab one of your blocks or a rolled up towel and just prop it underneath. And then we can lengthen up nice and tall. We can hold here, or we could come forward. Maybe it's onto your blocks. Maybe it's onto your mat. Maybe I'm stacking my fists, resting my forehead onto my fists. Keep drawing that left hip bone down. And then just soften as much as you can. And then slowly come on up. Belly is in. Curl the back toe under. Step back. Downward facing dog. Roll forward into your plank. Now you can drop to your knees, or we could come into full chaturanga. Rolling forward on the toes. Hug those elbows in. Lower halfway or less. Uncurl the toes. Straighten the arms. Up dog. My thighs are hovering. And then push up. Uncurl the toes. Downward facing dog. This time I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to step it forward to the, bringing my hands on the inside, lower the knee, uncurl the toes. So lizard lunge on this side. Again, knees and toes in the same direction. Maybe flex those toes off the mat and roll onto the baby toe side. Maybe lower onto your forearms with or without a block. And maybe rock a little side to side. Your choice. Notice this side might feel completely different from the other side. And then bring yourself up Transitioning, now if you don't like pigeon, you just stay in your lizard. Heel toe your foot over to the right side and lay onto that baby toe side. Trying to, stretch that right leg further back and keep that right hip drawing down. And again, you can stay up, keep this foot flexed, or come down onto your forearms with or without a block. Keep drawing that right hip bone down and then soften as much as you can. Slowly coming on up, plant those hands, bellies in, curl the toes under, step back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, wait forward to your plank, drop to the knees or come forward, bend those elbows halfway or less, uncurl the toes, up dog, all the way back to down dog. And then come onto your knees and rest in your child's pose. Deep breath, soften your entire body. Notice how your body feels. And then slowly rolling up to a seated position. And that is our yoga bite for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.